So hello, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I'm super excited because I have 3 different thrift flips to show you based on items I found off of Urban Outfitters website, and I think they're perfect for summer and I love how they all turned out. The first one is this long sleeve top, and I've seen it all over my Instagram Explore page, and I'm sure you have too. It's like long sleeve, it's open in the back, and it has like a tie in the back that's gathered around. I also made just some basic black shorts and also a short sleeve cardigan that I think, again, perfect for summer, good basics to have. Please let me know in the comments which one is your favorite, and if you make any, please be sure to tag me on Instagram at Salon Alice, and I'd love to see what you come up with. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy this video. Please be sure to like it if you do, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. And I'd also love to hear in the comments if you have any ideas of videos, other videos you'd like to see, or other things you'd like me to like transform. And before these shadows get any more intense on my face, let's just get straight into the video. First off, I'm starting with this basic white top that I got from the thrift store, and if you can find something that has full-length sleeves rather than 3/4 length ones like this, and also that's a little bit more tight fitting, that would probably be ideal, but this was the closest thing I could find. So the first thing I did was measure up about 9 inches, which was from the edge of the shirt to just above my belly button, but you can make it however short or long you want. And then I cut up the sides of the shirt, staying quite close to the seam until I reached that mark. And then I folded up the front of the shirt onto itself, as you can see here, so that the hem of the shirt, and more specifically that stitch line that runs straight across, reached just above where those cut marks finished. Then once it was straight, I pinned across and sewed right along that stitch line, thereby creating a newer, shorter hem using the one I already had on the shirt. And then I just cut off the excess, folded the new hem under, and then ironed it down. And since we sewed along the stitching line that was already there, the fact that we have modified the hem is hardly noticeable. And I love hemming shirts like this because it gives such a professional look and it's super easy. Next, I opened the shirt up and folded it in half so that the side seams faced front, making sure that the top was flat and that there were no creases. Then I measured down about 8 inches from the back neck, which was going to be the starting point of the open back. And now that I finished the shirt, I wish I had made the mark a little bit closer to the neckline so that I would have a larger opening in the back. So I'd recommend going down like 4 or 5 inches instead of 8. But, you know, again, it's customizable. Then I just freehanded a curved line from the mark I made in the center back over to the side seam, and then I cut along that line and opened the shirt up, just making any little adjustments if necessary. And then you'll want to fold over a hem that's wide enough to create a small channel around the edge, and you can do this by folding over around 1/2 centimeter just to tuck away that edge seam, and then fold that over by around 1 centimeter or 1/2 inch all the way around the semicircle we've just cut. And then you can sew a straight stitch very close to the edge, leaving the main part of that channel open. Put that aside for now and grab the excess fabric we cut away earlier to make the rope that will tie up the back. To do this, I cut several strips that were around 1.5 inches long. Again, looking back, I would have made these maybe 1 inch instead, just to make a slightly thinner rope. So if you decide to make this yourself, just keep that in mind. And I sewed all of my pieces together at each end to get one long strip, and then I folded each side in towards the middle and then folded the 2 sides together to start making the rope. And once that was done, I sewed all along one side to secure everything, but since it's made of stretchy jersey material, the fabric naturally stretched as I was sewing it, which made a sort of spiral curvy kind of rope. So I fixed this by sewing along the other side as well, stretching slightly as I went just to even everything out. Now grab your shirt again and attach a safety pin to one side of your rope. Then you can start to thread that through the channel we sewed in earlier, using the safety pin to guide it along until you get all the way through. Then I evened out the gathers, making sure there were equal lengths of rope coming out either end, and that was it. So just on the left, I put up the original inspiration for this top from the Urban Outfitters website, And this is the result. I really like how it turned out. It's way easier than I thought it would be, actually. And as I said before, I wish I had made the back opening a little bit bigger to match the original, but overall I think it looks really professional and could even be store-bought, and this is probably my favorite out of the three. Next, I've got these black mom-style jeans that I bought a few years ago, but I really hardly wear them anymore because I don't love the cut or the fit. I just don't think it's that flattering. So to turn these into shorts, I'm literally just cutting off the bottoms, making sure they're evenly cut on both sides, and then I frayed along the edge just by pulling at the strands of thread and then ripping them away just to create a cleaner frayed look, if that makes sense. And there's really no like how-to here, but I thought I'd include it anyways because I was pleasantly surprised with how these turned out. I'm really happy with the length I cut them at. Definitely, I think in 2020 these slightly longer shorts are super trendy and definitely flattering, and they're a great basic to have in every wardrobe. Finally, I've got this heather gray long sleeve cardigan, again another thrift, that I just wanted to make a little bit more wearable for the summer. And to be honest, if this was a different color, I might have just left it because I kind of like the fit, but since the colors are a bit boring, I just wanted to spice it up a little bit. So the first thing I did was measure how short I wanted to crop the top, marking it with a pin, and then I just cut straight across the bottom, leaving a bit of room for the hem. And I created that by folding the raw edge under by around 1 centimeter and then folding that over once more just to make a clean finish, and then sewing all the way around that edge. And since it is quite a stretchy knit material, the hem did end up stretching a bit under the machine, which I really hate the look of. So I drew in a diagonal line from just under the arm down to the hem, ending 1 inch or 2 in from the side, as you can see, and I sewed along that line and cut away any excess. Then to flatten out my new side seam, I opened up the excess on either side and then sewed across the bottom edge, just making sure to match up with the stitching along the hem that we sewed in earlier. Now, if you wanted, you could just leave it like this with the long sleeves, and part of me does wish that I did. However, if you want to add in short sleeves, I use that same method as we did to hem the white top. So I put a pin down where I wanted the sleeves to end, then I turned the original sleeve out onto itself, as you can see here, until it reached my mark. Then, since the original hem was slightly smaller than the body of the sleeve, I used my hand to stretch everything out so that the layers would lay evenly against each other. Then I pinned all the way around and then sewed right next to the edge of the original hemline, as you can see. Then I cut off the excess and turned it under itself to reveal the new sleeve. And I just repeated that exact same thing on the other side, making sure that both sleeves would measure the same amount and repeating the same steps as before. And voila! So here's the inspiration for this top, and here's how it turned out. It's definitely not the exact same or even the same material, and there is a part of me that wishes, as I said, that I kept the sleeves long, but all in all, I like the silhouette and I think it's a great basic for every day. Once again, I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know in the comments which one is your favorite, or if you try any out yourself. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.